So traditional routes of funding would be looking at business credit cards, business loans,
Mhm.
business line of credits, I really like line of credits when you can get them because you apply for it, is there if you need it. So if you need what we call working capital, right? So if you run into a month, maybe payroll is going to be short, you have that line of credit you can tap into and then pay that line of credit back over time instead of taking out a loan where you get one lump sum. You have that credit that you can tap into, pay it back, tap into
Okay.
it again, pay it back, right? So those are like your more traditional ways of getting capital. You can always look at getting investors. So you can get investors that will give you money for
Mhm.
exchange of equity in a lot of cases. And so they can help to close some of those funding gaps, depending upon what type of model you want to have when you're growing your business. Another one that I think is slept on a lot is getting grants. There are a ton of grants out here. I have one client, I call her the grant queen because sis has gotten over six figures in grant money.
I love that for her. I really do.
She does not play. And she lets us know every single time she get a grant. I love her.
I
But
love it.
yeah, because the type of business she has, it generates enough to cover operating expenses. But in order for her to continue to grow and scale, grant money is allowing her to be able to do that. So going after grants, being a part of accelerators that
Mm.
may give you some kind of it may not necessarily be a grant, but they may have a pool of money that they only offer to people who are in that accelerator. A lot of times states have funds that you can tap into. So Tennessee has a fund, and depending upon your demographic, so they may have a fund for women, Black folks specifically, people of color, right? So
Mhm.
having access to your state or your local funding through the government is also another way that you can get capital. And then there's other, I'm trying to think of their name, the appropriate name for them. But in Tennessee, we have these entities that partner a lot of times with the state and with the government they don't do SBA loans, but they do specific loans for business owners.